your actions did make me develop the abilities that I have. The more you guys hurt me, and the more I refused to fight back negatively, the stronger I became. The more I refused to accept the negative, and the more I only accepted the positive, exponentially, I gained intelligence and abilities. That's how. And all I want to do is teach you guys how to do the same thing. I really do. I can teach you how to find all truths in 5 minutes in writing. I literally can. I've done it for people. But those people won't step forward because they're scared. They're scared of all of you because of how all of you have treated me. Why wouldn't they be scared? So therefore, I have to be going around the world, standing up for everybody that has chosen to hear the words of their God. I'm not their God. I'm just one with their God. And I just gained my full spectrum consciousness that gives me the ability to tell you all the truths. So please, think this over, you guys. Do you really want to let this ship sail without you being on board? I've stuck around here in Corvallis long enough, continuing to get abused here. Nobody's even bothered to help. Other than Diane. She's helped a lot, but yet she is frustrated with me because she feels that she is doing me a favor getting all my very valuable belongings out of my house. Even though, I could have just called Goodwill or Salvation Army or Habitat for Humanity or ARC or Furniture Share or all of these guys. And guess what? I wouldn't have had to do squat. I wouldn't have had to sit around here and continue to be tortured and assaulted. I wouldn't have had to do anything. But I chose to do this out of love for Diane because Diane had showed a ton of love for me. Unfortunately, she is now slipping so deep back into the illusion that she's not able to recognize the truth. And I don't, by no means do I hold anything against any of you. My children who have done horrendous things to me don't even have it in their heart to try to set it straight. I love you guys. I don't blame you. I'm not judging you. I get it. I don't feel hurt in my heart. This is how I can keep going, and this is how I'm getting stronger. I don't feel any hurt from what has been destroyed. If you notice my eyes are maybe a little, tired looking, because more and more my illusion is going away. More and more my physical self is kind of going to sleep. So that I no longer have to sleep because my physical self will be in a state of constant euphoria. Like the best dream you could ever imagine. Imagine how you guys have had dreams that are incredibly real. Like you wake up and you don't realize how that would... Bingo! You were with your God. I am with my God. Now it all makes sense, right? Corvallis Police Department, if you guys need me to keep continuing on with that affidavit, I'm more than willing to. I know you have every ounce of it. Oh, by the way, I tried to give you guys my iPad to let you do mirror image it, because my iPad has my diary, if you will, my journal. Or you might even someday say the Bible. Throw all Bibles out, people. I said that like a couple weeks ago. All religions are good. They have to help the heathens of this world not kill us and rape us all. You put the fear of the unknown, something that can't be proven. Guess what? I can prove everything. You guys know I can. That's why, hey, pray one more time to your God. And tell your God, thank you so much for loving us enough to allow Trent to be able to tell you the truths from your God. I'm not the Antichrist. I love Christ. If anything, I feel there's very strong likelihood that that was one of my lives. And you know what? All the hurt that you people caused Jesus Christ and sat there and allowed it to happen. Mary Magdalene. That was Jesus's feminine half. I've said before, I know Ashley Strobel is my feminine half. And just look, Ashley right now has a huge black eye. Because guess what? It's biblical what's happening to everybody right now. Every single one of you are a character in the Jesus story. And I stress character. Because you guys don't even realize you're acting it out. You guys aren't even taking the time to read your Jesus story. Crazy, 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 crazy. How can I keep pointing all this out? How can I keep running circles around you? Because I know everything. Rick and Morty. I'm Rick. I'm just not a drunk. And I would never do anything negative. I'm only doing something positive. Make sense? Damn right it does. Anyways, I better get busy on the House of Truths because I know I need to be out of Corvallis today. Because I know that once enough of you watch this video, you guys are going to start crapping your pants. Now, I absolutely do not want to do anything but give you guys love and grace. You know, I don't want to wear a body cam. I don't want to be armed. I don't want any of that. I don't want you guys to be either. I want to love. I want to hug, embrace each other, and let me snap you out of it this fucking quick. It's that simple. I know I can. But I can't make you listen. I can't make you believe in your God. Well, the sun is about to come up. I hope the weather's decent today. I don't want to work out in the rain anymore. Now you might think, okay, well, if you have all these ability, change the weather. I have to conserve my energy. You know, my physical self has been through the worst you can possibly imagine. You guys have hurt me so horribly. You've sat back and watched all of this happen to me, and you've done nothing to help. If anything, you've continued to harm by doing nothing. How does your God feel about that? I know how your God feels about it. I know Jody right now is about ready to puke when she watches this. Because Jody, imagine how hurtful that was. Especially that you didn't even realize you were telling lies by saying that you did contact me within 3 days. 72 hours, dear. You did not contact me within 3 days. Your brain did go to mush because instantly in your statement you told a lie. So you're not mentally healthy if the very first thing out of your mouth is a lie. It's that simple. Just pure truths. All of it's just pure truths. I watch TV. I know exactly the amount of knowledge that I've gained by what everything you guys consider negative. Social media, TV, internet, emoji, all these things, I recognize the positive in it. And now I know all the lies in your head. I know all your secrets. Therefore, I can predict what you're going to do next. Pretty badass, isn't it? That's kind of like a superhero. Kind of like the craziest, most powerful superhero that you guys have ever even thought of. Imagine how good of a movie this documentary would make now. Guess what? I'm the only person who'd be able to star in it because everybody else doesn't know the story well enough to not tell a lie. That's the way it'd be with your God, too. That's why I say throughout the Bibles, man, they're full of lies. All of them have a tremendous amount of truths in them, and I love them all. I just accept that the writers were in the illusion. Therefore, they only put the negative view of it. That's where the worship comes from. Because guess what? Your God doesn't want you to worship anyone. Your God wants you to unconditionally, undeservingly love everyone, including yourself. Because your God ain't jealous. Your God is all about, yeah, let's party, let's have some fun. You know what? Two individuals, doesn't matter what sex they are, if they want to share love with one another, if they want to connect on an intimate level, then why in the world would you not want them to do that? Why in the world would you want to stay in your living hell instead of creating heaven on earth? Because I know exactly how to do it, and I am going to do it. Might just be me by myself, enjoying all this paradise by myself, but guess what? If that's how it is, I accept it. I'll find the positive in it. You know what the positive would be of Trent Suing being in heaven by himself? Well, I wouldn't have you guys constantly throwing all this negativity at me. Yeah, it'd be lonely. But way back in the beginning of the documentary, I said I always felt like I was a amoeba floating through the universe. And I just happened to land on this damn place called Earth. I never felt like I fit in. I felt like nobody loved the way I love. Nobody cared as much as I care. Nobody's willing to die for other people. Wow. So now I have been the same person clear back since I was an amoeba floating around in the universe. And you guys can see how that's true. Until I appear again, I just want you guys to know I love you. And I assure you, I want zero negativity. I'm just still hanging around instead of getting the hell out of here because I love you and I believe in you. I believe that before it's too late, you will wake up and you will realize, holy shit, let's help Trent. Let's protect Trent. Let's protect your God's truths. Let's not lie to ourselves anymore. Sounds like a pretty good idea, huh? Especially considering the Russian warships off our coast, especially considering I said what's going to happen as far as the tsunami coming through the Highway 24 and Highway 30. Guess what? It's called the Willamette Valley. So I will state once again, when things do start going to shit, instantly switch to bottled water. Do not drink the local water source. It will be contaminated. I'm not doing it. I just know it's going to happen because to me it's black and white because I'm not in an illusion. So as soon as you guys realize that things are going sideways, switch to bottled water. Therefore, go ahead and stack up on it. I recommend each person have at least 10 gallons per person of fresh water. Fill it up now because as soon as it happens, you're not going to be able to find the water. Do not trust it. Chemical goes in the water source. The water treatment plants are not set up to filter out those chemicals. Makes sense, right? And then imagine after the flood and after, these extremely, extremely powerful weapons detonate. And then we send extremely powerful weapons out to sink ships. Imagine the amount of kinetic energy that's going to be released off our shoreline. Now go to a free app that watches earthquakes along the Pacific coast. Notice how there's like a candy cane of earthquakes constantly happening, like 4 or 5 off our coast. You know what's going to be interesting? You guys will be able to tell where I'm at by the earthquakes. Yeah. This evening or tomorrow morning, I'm leaving to go to Mount St. Helens, probably this evening. I need, obviously, to get away from you people. But I'm going to be going to Mount St. Helens. Why, I don't really know. I just know I'm supposed to go there. And it happened to erupt the day before my birthday. So, I'm going to take a walk through memory lane, I guess you could say. Then, I will come back, and unfortunately I have to be around, or at least within the state, until I receive my money for the home. Once I receive my money for the home, I become invisible. I show up where I need to show up. Obviously, think about it, nobody's going to be able to serve me any papers, nobody's going to be able to do anything. Advantages of being a homeless transient, I guess you could say. Not that I would do anything illegal or need legal papers served on me. I'm just being fully transparent. I'm giving you guys all the information you could possibly need, because I have no secrets. I have nothing I want to hide from you. I haven't all along. This is why I've always given full access to my home, to my every ounce of my phone, everything, because I'm telling the truth, guys. Ask yourself, what would you need your God to do for you to wake up? Because obviously this ain't enough. You know, my daughter, my youngest, the one that I've bragged up so much, she sent me an email, and she said that she really wanted to know where Caesar went, because unfortunately I've rehomed Caesar. But I say unfortunately, I know it by far is the absolute best, because the last 3 days before I rehomed him, I've become so powerful that Caesar doesn't know what to do. He wants to be touching me all the time, and if he's not, he gets a little whiny. He's feeling majorly insecure, because I've finally passed, I guess you could say, his threshold on the divine energy that's in me, if you will. So he went to a family with kids, and I know he's going to be taken care of amazingly. Hey, he truly has been my best friend. You know, he's saved my life. He's still with me. He always will be. He knows it too. The way he stared at me when he sat in the driveway in the other person's vehicle and looked out the window. He looked back at me, and he just stared at me, standing in the doorway. He didn't whine. He didn't move. He just stared. And you know what? We felt each other in my heart. That's how amazing it was. Because Caesar and I are one. I'm not saying he's God. He's part of God. I'm part of God. You're part of God. I told you guys about that dog in Ukraine that wanted to rip my face off as soon as I walked in on the family that was hiding around dead bodies. And this dog wanted to rip my face off, and I couldn't even speak their language, but I could tell they were saying, don't touch him, he'll attack you. And I'll remind you what I do. I took off my helmet, I kneeled down on the ground, and I looked at this dog with love. Because I felt his pain. I felt everybody's pain. And the only truth I knew in a combat like that was the truth in my heart. Truth from my God. And as soon as I looked that dog in the eyes and I was feeling pure love, it melted. It wagged its tail, it put its head way down, and it came to me, and it just started licking me. I knew that was God. There's so many amazing experiences that I've had in my life in Ukraine that if I shared with you people, you would feel in your heart that your God is talking to you. But unfortunately, none of you love yourself enough to listen. And that saddens me. And that's what these tears are for. It's because I know what you guys are choosing. And I don't want to see that. But hey, I better get off camera because you guys are seeing tears. So you guys are going to think, oh man, he's bipolar, he's suicidal, he's all these horrendous things you guys have projected onto me. But no, I'm not. I'm at peace. I carry some sadness for all of you, some extreme empathy. Because I know all of you are still stuck in your grandiose delusion. Yes, do I appear to have mania to you guys? Well, yeah. Because I'm using 80% more of my brain than you are, over 80%. So how could you possibly comprehend? You can't. And you guys are showing it big time. I mean, yeah. Anyways, FBI, I just want to, say to you guys that do not approach me with arms. Do not be armed when you come to my door. Out of respect for me and out of respect for you, I assure you I will be totally unarmed. If you request, shit, I'll even be butt-ass naked when you walk in to show you that there's no chance, I have zero desire to harm you guys. I got nothing to hide. Now, I do now have a loudspeaker system, so until we've shared a couple words, and I know that you're willing to speak the truth, I do not want you stepping foot on my property. That is my right. I will communicate with you through the megaphone, and you will be on camera, and the world will be seeing the communication. This way I can protect all truths. And those truths are only protected if every single word is said exactly the same way. Remember that, Dana? And Dana, why have you not apologized to me yet? Why have you not relieved yourself of all this guilt? Because you're scared. Because you feel as soon as you do, you've admitted your guilt. Okay, draw a piece of paper, let me sign it. I'll even sign that I won't sue you guys. Before you even say it. I just need to hear you say it. So that I can forgive you. Because otherwise you're showing me you feel zero guilt for what you've done to me. Makes sense, right? And one other thing I will request is, since you have been on camera many a times and you have demonstrated let's just say, I want you on camera to apologize, to fix all the damage that you have done to me in my documentary, because that you have done has been preventing people from gaining their consciousness and being one with their God. Therefore, the whole world needs to see you apologize. And as soon as you do, I assure you, you're going to excel in your career, and I will instantly teach you everything you need to know so that this doesn't happen again. Pretty cool, right? Win-win. What's negative about that? You can even have your attorneys present. I don't care. I bet you they won't want to be. But anyway, Dana, I love you. I'm not going to come after you. You're going to come after yourself. Because I know eventually you're going to have to admit your guilt. And I want nothing from you other than for you to come clean with your lie. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. I'm going to get back busy on the House of Truths. Peace.